Hey guys, coming to you from Las Vegas, where Richard and I recorded together this week, recapping my time in Rome, including our stay at Mama Shelter and Accor Hotel brand. We did a Vatican tour and a nighttime Colosseum tour, which I highly recommend. Richard is recapping Home Away from Home, a new Bilt benefit for Gold and Platinum members. We're answering a listener question about hotel rooms in London, and I'm updating folks on what's going on with my struggle with my Chase cards and what I'm choosing next. All that on this week's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the Miles to Go podcast. I am live from Mr. Kerr's room in the Bellagio. This is now the second time you and I have recorded an episode from Bellagio. I think the first time we recorded one, you were not the official co-host. I think I just crashed your room and we recorded.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was trying to think.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was not last year when I was here. It was like 2000. It was pre-COVID.
I think it was pre-COVID. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure you were with Bilt yet.
No, I don't think I was. I wouldn't have been. Nope.
Yeah. Was it Virtuoso?
No, I don't even know why it's here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I remember we had dinner at Zuma. Mm-hmm. Did we record after? Because if we recorded after dinner, it would have been very interesting because I think we chugged a bottle of wine.
It was before because we chugged a bottle of wine or two at dinner. So, which I'm sad I don't have time to do tonight, but we are going to do it in a couple nights.
Yeah, there's a rumor. We're going to have dinner together. So we're going to talk a little bit about Bilt's Home Away from Home program. I'm going to recap some of my Rome stuff. I also have some notes on London. We're probably not going to get to those today because we have a couple of questions from the Slack community. And just as an aside, I also met one of our Slack members today. Allie, who's one of our Slack members, is here in town for Backstreet Boys.
A lot of people in town for Backstreet Boys.
A lot of people in town for Backstreet Boys. And so she came by to take a little tour of the new Five Guys Vegas flagship location before it opens its doors.
Flagship.
I know.
Is there something special that makes it a flagship besides calling it a flagship?
I mean, probably the rent. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Probably the stress.
The disgust. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I was fully red-haired when I started building these locations. You know what I learned too? I learned that Backstreet Boys tickets are really, really expensive.
There was a not unsubstantial amount of people on my plane with Backstreet Boys gear on flying down just for the concerts.
Yeah.
And talking about it each other in the boarding line.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard Taylor Swift prices like $750 a ticket. Ouch.
But good for those guys making
right. Yeah.
What a comeback for the Backstreet Boys.
Right. I wish I'd researched how old they were before we hopped on, but here we are.
I think actually older than me.
Well, that's not that old.
No, not yet. Despite all the gray and the lack of hair in my head. Yes.
Yeah. All right, well, a little bit of housekeeping. You can text us 571-293-6659. You can also leave us a voicemail there. He is at Kerr Points on all those social media channels. I am at Pizza in Motion, and you can email us, ed@pizzainmotion.com with all of your questions. We were talking a little bit earlier about the Slack community. For a few bucks a month, you can join us in the Slack community. We've got weekly happy hours. Sadly, I had to cancel this week because of crazy work stuff. We've got some meetups coming up, and we have a bunch of channels there where we answer questions for folks. Got a couple questions. I think we'll take one of them now and try and do one of them later. But one of them involves London, place you and I have been in the past, and challenging place to get rooms. Jackie M from the Slack community asks, she's hoping to head to London next spring with 2 kids, 6 and 8 years old. She has 2 rooms at Hyatt Blackfriars, which property I stayed at last year, and I really liked. But she's also wondering about the Standard in London, which is near the King's Cross station. And the interesting thing about the Standard, the reason why she's bringing this up, one of the few properties you can redeem on points where you can get 4 people in a room in Europe. Although I guess UK is not technically Europe anymore, but I digress. It is for me, yeah.
Still in the continent. I think it's huge. Again, the Standard just joined Hyatt not too long ago, so I had not seen this yet.
Yeah.
But it's if it's a base room with 4 people for points and you take that all day long.
Yeah.
Plus, you're just not in the annoying situation of being in physically 2 different rooms. So I would take the Standard King's Cross all day long.
Yeah, I think both locations are great. That's one of the things I mentioned to Jackie. So, King's Cross and Blackfriars, plenty of access to all the different tube stops to get around town. And I mean, I'm team 2 rooms because we don't live in one room at home with 1 bathroom. It's tempting to do Standard London with 2 rooms. I think I'd want to know a little bit more about the hotel. I know there's not a lounge, but I mean, I think the toughest thing with teenagers is the bathroom situation. So
she's 6 and 8, man. She's fine.
Yeah, but well, it's true. No teenagers. You're right. She's probably fine at 6 and 8.
She's
With
hard.
my teenagers, like I would have to find another bathroom somewhere in the hotel because between the 2 teenagers and the wife, I would never get bathroom time.
What's everybody doing in the hotel bathroom?
You know, they like the two. Well, not the. So you got the teenage boy who likes to just sit in the bathroom and watch his phone. The daughter needs to get dressed and makeup and all that stuff, and then after she does get dressed and makeup, then the wife has to get dressed and makeup.
How much bathroom time would you say that you need on a daily basis?
Me? I mean, yeah, 7 minutes. Yeah, but trying to juggle it with 3 other people, you know. Oddly enough, we don't have one bathroom at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were that rich. Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
I look forward to the day of having teenagers and having to have 2 bathrooms on a hotel trip. I guess.
You'll probably need more Hyatt points at that point.
Yeah, I would. Can I make a confession to you that
boy.
I'm probably gonna get.
This is left field now.
I'm gonna get a lot of shame. I want to apologize to everybody in advance for letting you all down and letting it down. I just realized this logging into my Hyatt account, and with the family changes and the move and everything and school starting, my Mirrorball extra night certificate is definitely going to expire. I definitely have no shot at using that whatsoever.
Oh man.
It's just a quick hop up to the Mirrorball Berkshires from New York City.
There's no easy way to get to the
there.
Yeah,
But,
it's close, but they're like whether you're taking the Taconic or whatever, like there's no airport nearby.
And it's going to expire, man. So down the drain. There we go. I apologize to everybody for letting you all down. I know this is more difficult, but I'll do better next year and all. But the 6-month expiration thing after picking is
6 month on relationship.
It's not enough. Like it's tough. So
yeah. In related news, folks, I will be looking for a new podcast host who's a little bit more responsible.
I accept my punishment.
Put your applications in now. It is one of the things I mentioned to Hyatt when we were with them right after the Freddies, and I give them credit for saying that they hadn't thought about it in that fashion. That these most valuable awards have a 6-month expiration, and we suggested, what about a get out of jail free card where you could pick one a year and say I want to extend the expiration date on it. So I think that would be a very reasonable solution.
Well, I mean, let me say this, right? I can gift it to somebody else, right?
You can.
So if anybody's listening and you can use it before the first week of September, let me know, and you might have it's
all of our Slack members just went challenge accepted. Did you see the fight for the category 1 to 7? I couldn't use.
Do something good for somebody else and pass the good luck forward. That's all I'll ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. First come, first serve. If you can use that, I think it expires like September 3rd. Then go for it. Let me know.
All right, well, let me do a quick Rome recap, and then we'll talk about home away from home. So we covered London and our Sardinia. I've got some London tips for booking, same thing with Sardinia that I will cover in a future episode. But we did Rome a little bit differently this time. We've done it a handful of times over the years, probably 6, 7, 8 times. This time was the first time my cousin and her daughter were coming with us, so we did a few more tours this time than we normally do. We're not big tour people. But first, let me go through our Accor room, because this was another Accor stay that you and I had. Mm-hmm. We stayed at a property called the Mama Shelter in Rome. It's a pretty unique brand. Again, some of the same liberal things that Richard saw checking in. There were definitely a bunch of adult themes in the lobby, but they also had a pretty cool theme with the mama. So like my wife got a mama shirt that she really liked. I got a Fly Mama shirt with a very TWA-esque logo on it, or actually no, more of a Pan Am-esque logo on it.
Also an adult themed t-shirt.
Check, please. So I booked one room that had a daybed in it, and then 2 standard rooms at Mama Shelter. I had enough points to pay for all the rooms with points. When we got there, they had upgraded the other 2 rooms from the smaller standard rooms to what they are very accurately called larger rooms with daybeds. My son said the daybed was very comfortable. Decent sized rooms for Rome, tons of natural light, like big massive windows, decent sized bathroom. We got amenities in all 3 rooms.
This is because of your Core Platinum status.
Core Platinum status, which I got from my Bilt Platinum status as part of the status match. So we got amenities in all 3 of our rooms. There were fresh baked cookies. There was fruit. There was a couple bottles of like a local spritzer. So it was a decent amenity. Still got our welcome drinks, which we'll talk about the rooftop bar. Breakfast not included unless you're Diamond. But they had a really great breakfast downstairs, which we'll talk about in terms of being able to redeem points for food, which a little bit of trouble with that for me. Found the elite recognition to be great on property. They got us our rooms early. We got checked in about an hour and a half before normal check-in time, which was great because we had a super early flight from Sardinia. By the way, one of the coolest lines on my chart from Olbia to Ciampino, which is the other airport in Rome. So OLB to CIA.
Never even heard of it.
It is the low-cost carrier airport, so it's very much the Wizz Air, EasyJet.
Easy to get to from the city or tough?
It's almost exactly the same distance as Fiumicino, but no train. So Fiumicino has a pretty easy train that ends up at the main termini. Here we had to take an Uber, and it was about the same as an Uber from Fiumicino. It's about 40-45 minutes over hill over dale. Location of Mama Shelter is an interesting one. Have you been to Rome?
Yes, I have. Okay,
so this was on the what I'll affectionately refer to as the other side of the Vatican. So all of the city is to the east of the Vatican. This was just to the west. It was actually shorter to walk from the hotel to the entrance to the Vatican museums than it was to take an Uber. It was about a 12-minute walk and a 15-minute Uber, just based on the back and forth. The metro in Rome doesn't have a ton of stations, but for the Mama Shelter location, it's kind of key because you're a little bit removed from everything if you don't want to walk. And in the summertime in Rome, it's
warm,
disgusting.
Yeah.
So we did passes, metro passes. They're €7 a day, but if you're staying multiple days, you can actually get a weekly pass for €24, which is a pretty good deal when you consider it's a €50 for each ride. So if you're using it on a regular basis, that can definitely save you a bunch of money. On the tour side of things, I'd say we were hit and miss. I'll put the links to the tours in the show notes, and I'll talk about the ones that we liked and didn't like. The Vatican tour, I wish they had let us customize it a little bit more. The guy was incredibly knowledgeable, but the kids were only so interested in the art side of things, and the tour didn't include coming with us to the top of St. Peter's Cathedral. And so I would have liked to have included that for a little bit more of like, hey, once you could see the whole city, get a little bit more of that knowledge. But the guy was extremely knowledgeable. Super clutch, always recommend, especially in summertime, nighttime Colosseum tour because you avoid the heat and man, does it look cool at night.
I had not done it at night.
Yeah. And the nice thing about the nighttime tours, they're limited in size. There's only a couple companies that do them and they have access to the I forget what they call the base level of the Coliseum. It's not the underground, but it's where the fighters trained. And so you get this completely different perspective. You actually go down on the floor, the Coliseum floor, and then you go underneath. And it was really cool. There were only 12 people in our group, so very small tour, could ask questions, lots of pictures and eerie, lights that will have Jeremiah fold into the show, but really cool, and I would definitely say absolutely worth the price of admission.
How'd you book it? How'd you find it?
It was on Viator. Viator?
Viator.
Yeah, it's fake. I have trouble pronouncing fake words.
That's how the Italians say Viator.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, whatever you said.
Yeah, that one.
Cash back through the portal, don't forget.
Yes, definitely. I mean, so I hit the Viator site, a couple of days in a row until I got an offer from Capital One Travel, which is the best of the bunch in terms of rebates, and I got a 20% rebate.
Yeah, same thing for the Copenhagen card.
Yeah. Third tour we did was the Trevi underwater tour. Having known now what we did know before, I would say probably not a tour I would do only because it's open to the public for a fee without having to have a guide. So Trevi Fountain, famous fountain in Rome. You throw a coin over your shoulder, or 2 or 3 coins if you want other outcomes like love.
What's his name?
Yeah. But there's an underground spring that runs underneath the fountain, and you can get access to that about a block away from the Trevi Fountain. A, it's a nice, cool underground tour. B, they talk about construction of Rome and the aqueducts and all that stuff. So the tour guide was very knowledgeable again. Most of what she went through was also self-guided on the walls. Signs that explained the different ways they built the city with waterways and all that stuff. So either way, I would say worth doing just to get away from the hustle and bustle of Trevi Fountain.
Was it just, some of the funniest TikToks lately have been like, Trevi Fountain on Instagram and then Trevi Fountain in real life, and it's just a gajillion people. Was it out of control?
It was the first time ever being at Trevi Fountain, they actually had a line and a guide a human controlling it. So they would allow 100 people down around the fountain, and they would wait for those people to disperse while you stood in line, and then they would let the next group of people. And there was lots of yelling about getting in line, getting out of line. So it was a poop show.
Yeah.
more so than any time in the past, and it's always been a bit of a crazy place to go. There's a little bit of history. I'll see if I find pictures of it in what I have. But there's like a little fountain over to the side where you can fill water bottles and stuff like that, like a little serpent head. There's a history story behind that. We'll see if we can include in the show notes. But it's very much you need to do it because you're there. But just be aware it's going to be crazy.
First of all, did Mama Shelter have air conditioning?
Mama Shelter had great air conditioning.
Oh wow! Okay, so it was on top of the list to go stay because
I was impressed. We got those rooms cold.
When I've been to Europe, in Western Europe in the summer, and you are so hot all day, and then you go back to a hotel that has no air conditioning, I'm physically sick.
Yeah,
I cannot. I don't know how they do it, man.
Incredible air conditioning. Couldn't complain at all about it. And then I say the last thing, two last things about Mama Shelter. First, rooftop bar there, great. So we got our welcome drink. Great view of the city from there, so a fun place to be. Decent food, not a huge menu of food, but decent snacky sort of sandwichy kind of food, and a big, massive two-sided bar that looked over the city, a bunch of smaller tables, tons of capacity. Looked like a very fun, place to be. Pool at the property, so nice. Not something very common.
Oh yeah, rare.
And then checkout. We were checking out early because we had a 10 a.m. flight from Fiumicino. And shift change was 7 a.m., which is when we were going to leave downtown because we figured, Rome traffic can be messy. The overnight people didn't really know how to handle points. They're like, hey, can you wait till 7 until, the daytime people get there? No problems, wait a few minutes. They couldn't figure out how to redeem points for the meals. They said they were ineligible, but they didn't seem quite as knowledgeable as the folks did at the Novotel, and we didn't charge food at the Novotel. And so you had a little bit of a glitchy thing, and I had a little bit of a glitchy thing with the meal. So I would say I'm not sure about being able to redeem points for food. It's not the end of the world, but I was not successful, and you weren't successful for two separate reasons. So I'd say I have some points left over because I wasn't able to use them for breakfast and stuff like that. So we'll do another Accor stay.
Yeah. I'll be doing a few later this year, and I'll be testing it out again.
Yeah, so test it, because I think I'd love to be able to report back to folks on whether that's a deal or not, because being able to come out of pocket for nothing would be great.
I still am just so impressed with the Accor program, and I've loved my hotel stays, and I've got several more planned with the points that we have left. That I just the problem as an American, right, is getting access to these points.
Yeah,
it's tough, but I'll be doing everything I can to get more Accor points.
So a couple of things I've done so far for point. Well, sorry, going back a second. Even though the rules of the program say that you can't get points for multiple rooms, it does appear I got points on all of my rooms.
I saw that in Slack, and I haven't gone back to see if I got points for the portion of the rooms in Denmark that I paid cash for. Yeah,
so they combine all my points into one folio, and I think that might be part of why I got points. But even at the Novotel, I earned points as a welcome amenity, even though I paid the entire balance with points, which was nice. So and it wasn't a lot of points, but a few thousand points as a welcome amenity.
Which is like $40 in Accor.
Right, no, it's like free money.
Yeah, it's
and then the other thing I'm earning points on is I'm now crediting rental cars there.
Okay.
There aren't great deals, but as you know, you don't get a ton, the days of great points bonuses on car rentals have long gone. So I am accruing a few points in the Accor program via car rentals now. I was crediting them to American, but to your point, it's hard to get Accor points if you're in the U.S., and I see the value in the program now.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to put another rent day together, see what we can do.
Do you know someone over there?
I might know somebody. No, it's supposed to go back to France later this fall and meet with the Accor people in person to see what we can cook up and get some stuff done. So excited about that trip.
Well, let's go. Come on.
Yeah, no, let's hurry up. Give me more.
Yeah, more. Yeah, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Speaking of what have you done for me lately, there's a good segue.
What did I do?
Home away from home.
Oh, I was going to ask how you flew home from Rome first.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I flew home in your favorite seat.
Polaris.
Yeah, I did, and it was fine. I broke one of the cardinal rules, and you can never really tell if it's something that
I really want to know what one of the cardinal rules is.
on United, yeah, and you can never tell if it's going to be a cardinal rule for the crew. But they're really not a big fan of asking for your meal later. And you know me, I like to crush a nap, and we had gotten up early, so. And my wife, same thing. She was sitting right behind me in Polaris, and I said, "Hey, like for my wife and I, do you mind just holding the meals off to the side for us?" And they honestly didn't. Like the person that said it, no problem. Asking another flight attendant later to make the meals for us.
They were on their duty time, which is, in my experience, not often when they want to do some duty.
That's true. That's true. And I think I mentioned this in one of our many group text threads. But do you want to recall or guess how many drink services we got?
Oh, I would say on the flight from Rome to Dulles.
Yeah, it's only 10 hours.
2?
Yeah, 2. Yeah, and I missed one of them because I was asleep. So the dinner, the meal drink service, the lunch drink service. So we got one other one for the rest of the flight.
I flew United first class yesterday from Newark to Las Vegas on a 5-hour flight.
Oh, I didn't ask you how many you got.
They were on point, man. Like they came through the cabin almost the entire flight to see what was going on. I did fall asleep for an hour, so I'm not sure about that. But
nice. Younger crew or?
No, not a younger crew. They came through. And I'll say that 737-900ER needs a refurbishment. The DirecTV screens with the credit card swipies are a little bit overdue for some upgrades.
The Barca Lounger seats.
Yeah, or a little dude. The padding is completely non-existent.
Oh, it is a sheet of plywood, and that's the red-eye plane.
Yeah. Oh, that's your rear end by 5 hours. You
got to get up and walk around.
Yeah, you got it. My rear end was not very happy by that point. But I'll say the crew on the flight yesterday for 5 hours was great.
That's great.
They were lovely.
And ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on the Miles to Go podcast. His rear end was not happy.
Hey, we're going to get me in trouble. We're in the Bellagio. All right. Anyways, let's class it up a little bit, Ed. We're here at the Bellagio. I'm wearing a suit. We got to class it up.
All right, class it up. Talk about home away from home.
Yes, let's do. About 3 weeks ago now, we launched the Bilt Home Away from Home hotel collection, which is great. So actually here at Bellagio today, Virtuoso Travel Week is here, which is one of the largest. It's got to be almost the largest travel agent travel conferences in the world. I was talking to their leadership today, and they have about 5,000 advisors come in for this before they talk about all the different hotels and partners that come in. If you're not familiar with Virtuoso, started in the late 80s. They have 1,900 of the most luxurious hotels in the world on their platform. They have advisors that can book these properties, and pretty much all of your favorite travel advisors, I assure you, are probably part of Virtuoso agencies. So we partnered with Virtuoso over the last year, looking at what is it that Bilt could do unique in the hotel space that's going to meet the needs of our members. More importantly, right, we've made your life at home rewarding now through the Bilt process. That why would we want you to leave your home and not feel that same kind of love and making your home away from home? So Virtuoso is powering this program for us right now. Again, about 1,900 luxury hotels where you can book through the Bilt platform. If you are Bilt Gold or Platinum, you have access to this for free. So another reason to have your Bilt status. Whereas, in order to get these benefits elsewhere, number one, there's nowhere you can go book them online yourselves. You can book this online on the Bilt platform. But number two, if you want access to this, you're either going to have however much the Chase Sapphire Reserve a year is, or the probably soon to be close to $1,000 Amex Platinum to get FHR benefits. There is no cost to get these. Great thing as well, they're direct bookings. So when you book it on the Bilt platform, you can put in your Marriott number, your Hyatt number, your Hilton number. If you book a Conrad, you book a Ritz-Carlton, you book a Park Hyatt, you are going to get your Hyatt points and your elite qualifying nights and your elite status benefits on top of the home away from home benefits. And just like everything pretty much that we do here at Bilt, this is just the beginning. We are really looking to bring the neighborhood experience into these hotel stays. So if it's in the United States, that's going to mean what's simply going to be a neighborhood credit. So if you're staying at a home away from home property and you have a neighborhood credit, you can redeem it on fitness classes. So if you're in the city and want to take a SoulCycle, Barry's Boot Camp, if you want to get Lyft credit to get to the airport and back, if you want dining credit to use at a Bilt restaurant, you'll be able to have a neighborhood credit. And there's just a whole lot of things coming on this platform. Number one, you have access to a Virtuoso advisor who can be your travel planner for that trip. I've met so many of them here in Vegas and over the last year, again, working with this, but if you call the Amex Platinum Concierge today, really not going to be a lot of help in my experience. No. They can Google what I can Google. They can look on Resy and see what I can do.
Yeah.
versus those of you who've worked with, a luxury travel advisor before can really build out an amazing trip for you. And they can actually book it. We have a B2B platform that the advisors use. We built the Bilt Travel Advisor portal where the advisors log in and service the Bilt Gold and Platinum members. Spoke today on that and did a full demo display in front of probably the biggest group of people I've actually ever spoken in front of this morning. It was a massive ballroom downstairs at the Bellagio, filled with quite a few folks. But a lot of people excited about this. But for those of you listening who are Bilt, another reason to strive for that gold or platinum status to get access to this home away from home program. And again, just the beginning, we have so many unique and cool things coming out. Really awesome to have the advisors be able to step in and help you book an amazing trip and make sure that trip's VIP'd all the way through. And just going to tease it and say that there's a whole lot more coming. Not everything is great news. I do want to be completely fair and honest right now. Right now, you cannot redeem Bilt points at 1.25 cents each towards these stays. I'll tell you why. The majority of Virtuoso rates are not prepaid rates, so there is no transaction at the time of booking that I can burn points against. So this is not a program decision. This is not something we want to happen. What I need to do is I'm working with our hotel partners to turn these rates into prepaid rates so that there's a transaction to burn the points against. And, we're turning these on as fast as we can. I've already got a couple of hotel groups signed up. It's a lot of mechanics in the back end on the GDS and how these rates are loaded. But we're going to be doing this as fast as we can. And eventually, yes, you will be able to redeem your Bilt points at 1.25 cents each for luxury hotel stays, again, at just some of the best properties in the world. So coming soon, along with additional benefits. I'm talking to a lot of these hotels directly. We do have 3 special benefits live now for Auberge properties. Have you ever stayed at an Auberge before?
I have not. No.
Very luxury hotel, very high touch. They just, their Primlin property outside of Charlottesville, Virginia, just got voted the #1 hotel in the United States. But 3 of their properties. So Maddie's Tavern, which is driving distance from LA. Wildflower Farms is driving distance from New York City. If you book either of those properties, we give you $100 of lift credit on top of your home away from home benefits. That's either to help you get to or from the airport or get to your rental car, however you want to get to the property. Take a lift ride to the property from LA, you can do that. And then Eterio is a property in Riviera Maya for Auberge that is just absolutely stunning. You get a $100 flight credit to use in the Bilt travel portal to help you get flights down to Mexico to visit that property. So these are the kinds of things that we're looking to build out. Again, on top of your early check-in, late checkout, room upgrade subject to availability, pre-breakfast for 2, and then $100 property credit that you get. And then if you go and look through the benefits, some of these properties have even more benefits above and beyond. I have a direct API into Virtuoso where anytime a property updates their benefits, it's updated in real time on the Bilt website. So there's some really cool things that are out there if you go check out the property benefits. Hey, earn your Bilt Gold and Platinum status and, look at this program. But I can tell you we're really excited about a lot of technology behind this, all home built in-house by our team there at the Bilt Travel team, man. So it's exciting times. And a lot of folks here in Vegas are excited about it this week.
Yeah, it makes sense what you say about not being able to burn points against a non-prepaid rate. And I think that's, as the nerd in me always likes it when you bring things like that to the show, because you're right, that is a difficult problem to solve. I think, the other detail that I have for folks that maybe haven't heard of Virtuoso is I kind of think of it in sort of the way of it's elite status for a hotel stay when you don't really have elite status, like some of the stuff you talk about, free breakfast, early check-in, late check-out. Those are things that you and I covet hotel status for. So for somebody who doesn't travel a lot for work, it doesn't earn status, that's where I think Virtuoso can fit for special occasions of properties where you want those extra benefits, especially when you're talking about, for East Coast folks, if you're flying home and you're gonna spend that last part of the day on the beach and you want to, get a late checkout so you can shower and head to the airport, those sorts of little things, those cost money if you're not an elite member.
Yeah, and based on the upgrade sale emails, that I get, they cost a lot of money. If you want to do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I guess they wouldn't offer this unless people were paying it. But it's another thing that we've done just to try and add value to the Bilt program. And like I've said, this is the V0.5, I would call it, of home away from home.
Yeah.
V1 is going to be when we have all prepaid rates. But V1.5, V2 after that is going to be some pretty cool benefits that are coming online. But I really hope people continue to earn their Bilt status so they have access to this cool program.
Cool. Well, if you guys have questions on that, shoot us a note, as we talked about all the different ways that you can get a hold of us. We'll throw them up on the screen here again. But Richard's always happy to answer questions, and I love volunteering him for it too.
Yeah, or just join the Slack community. You can answer questions anytime. And pop in there whenever I can.
You are killing it on transitions today, because we can finish up with our last question from the Slack community.
All right, what do we got?
So quick report for folks. We talked about this last week on the show, the sort of like the continuing tales of Ed and his chase cards.
Oh boy.
Monday rolled around and shock of shocks, the Chase cards did not work.
Oh.
And so I ordered, as I talked about the show last week, I ordered Amex Platinum cards for my employees. Amex, if you have an Amex Platinum card, they have a no annual fee option for an extra employee card. They don't get the travel benefits, which my employees don't need, just for being able to charge.
The green card?
Interestingly enough, it's a white card. I almost took a picture. I'll see if I can get a picture of one of them and put up on the show. So it's a white plastic card. It's the first time I've seen one of those.
I hadn't seen that before.
No, I hadn't seen it before. It looked weird. I've never seen that color on an Amex card before.
But it worked when you swipe it at the gas station.
Right, yeah, works anywhere you want it, which is the key for employee stuff. Anyway, Corey from the Slack community, the very first Slack community member I ever met here in Vegas, he came out for a drink. He asked an interesting question, which was, what card was I giving my employees when I wasn't giving them the Chase card? I told him it was the Amex Platinum card, but at that moment I realized I just made a knee-jerk decision. I didn't go through all of my Amex business cards. I have some Amex personal cards, like the gold card is one that I use frequently, but I have other Amex business cards. I have a Delta Sky Miles Reserve card, which I think is probably the last year I'm going to hold on to that. I have the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, and I have a Hilton Honors business card. So, Corey and I were going back and forth in the Slack community on this, and the reason why I tagged this is because I want to get your opinion on this. So you've got the Amex Platinum card, which, as you know, really only is going to earn me bonus points if these are big transactions for my employees. And typically my employees aren't charging over $5,000.
Right. Business Platinum.
Business Platinum, yeah. Right. We're not using the prepaid hotels or flights benefit just because I don't like booking through their portal. I am booking some of my flights through the Bilt portal. Having success so far. So the Marriott Bonvoy card, I could get 3x Marriott points on flights or restaurants, which I could use to some degree. And then I would get 2 Marriott Bonvoy points for all the other spending. The Hilton Honors business card, though, I thought was interesting. And there, every other category, all the other spend category, for the first $100,000 you spend on the card every year, you earn 5 Hilton Honors points. And that drops to 3 Hilton Honors points after you spend $100,000. Now I need to check that and see where I am on my $100,000 spend for the year. But I guess there's 2 comparisons I would have you make.
First of all, why would they de-incentivize you to spend more on the card?
Why are you asking me questions like that?
That's messing with my head, and that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So here's your 3 buckets. You got 1 membership rewards point. Mm-hmm. You got 2 Marriott Bonvoy points, let's say, on everyday spend. So that's like flights and restaurants. And then I could earn either 5x Hilton or 3x Hilton. And those are the different buckets of points that I could earn. What do you, if these are your employee cards, what are you choosing to earn?
Probably going 5x Hilton until that's maxed out. And then I might switch over to the Marriott 3x. But just because Hilton is always going to have a room available on points, that flexibility, even if it's more points, it's probably worth something. You're probably spending enough. And then if you're still doing your Resorts World stays, you're probably tapping into that Hilton balance a lot more. And then, I think I'm just picking Hilton points over Marriott points right now.
And you would pick both of those over 1 membership reward point, you think?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. It's a tough one for me because I don't. It's funny because I think that in an absolute sense, the membership rewards point, I think 1 membership rewards point in an absolute sense is probably worth more than 2 Bonvoy points. But I'm not using my membership rewards points.
Right. It's funny. It takes it's funny how fast I spend Bilt and Chase points versus Amex points. I'll do it on Delta every now and again, but it's just better to book a Delta flight at 1.25 cents rather than transfer to Sky Miles most of the time. So I find the same thing. Like I hold on to Amex points for quite a while again, unless there's I need to top up a Flying Blue account. There's a transfer bonus or something.
Right.
I actually need to go back and look at even how many Amex points I have is how rare I'm using it. So yeah, I think I'm going Hilton on that.
If you remember, I flushed all mine to Hawaiian right before they closed it off, and then
that's what I did. Yeah, so I think I literally have less.
Same thing.
I think I have less than 25,000 Amex points now because I sent them all to Hawaiian and Alaska.
Yeah, I think to your point, I think my order would probably be Hilton, the 5X first. I think it would be a tie between 3 Hilton and an Amex membership rewards point for me after that. And the only reason is just I really just have I'm not doing anything else to engage with the Marriott program right now. And so I just don't know how much I could possibly spend on this card that could make a difference. For me to do the only way I could see value in getting involved in the Marriott program is for 5th night free redemptions. So I've got to have a 5-night vacation where I'm in the same hotel for 5 nights.
Which is never for us.
Which is never for us.
Never for us.
But if I had that, I'm going to need a minimum of 250,000 points for one room. Because anything that's going to be nice is going to be 60, 70,000 points a night for 4 nights.
Yep.
So, and reality, if we're going to do 2 rooms, I really need more like 500,000 Marriott points. And I have probably 100,000 Marriott points. So I just don't know that I could spend enough to get to the sort of balance I need to make it relevant in the Marriott program.
Why not get a Blue Business Plus to get 2x on everything?
I think I'm actually maxed out on the number of Amex cards I can. Look this way: when I log in, there's a very big page. So Amex, I have 2 Amex Business Platinums, Amex Gold. I have 2 Hilton Honors Amexes. I have the Delta Amex. I have the Marriott Amex.
Yeah, you got to get rid of some of these and just get a Blue Business Plus.
So I think the Delta Reserve is going away. I've held on to the Marriott card because it's a cheaper annual fee card. You get the free night certificate. Like I get the value out of the annual fee because I managed to find a way to use the free night certificate every year, but I don't get a ton of value out of it. I honestly use it for the couple of paid Marriott stays I have a year. There's a travel credit. I think it's $300 on that one, and then the free night certificate. And so I get my value back on it, but I don't get outsized value for it. So I'm sort of just like hanging on there. I might get rid of the Surpass. But the reason why I like this Hilton Honors business card is for everyday spend. 5X Hilton
It's pretty good.
isn't bad.
Yeah.
To your point, like Blue Business could be a better choice. But 5X Hilton points isn't horrible.
No, I need to take a look at my Hilton and Marriott balances these days and see where we're at. But I would say for a 5th night free at a place that I want to stay for 5 nights in a Marriott, I need 500,000
probably
points at least to get somewhere that's going to be probably 80, 90,000 a night, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah. All right, so you're on your way back to New York after this. What's your next travel after this?
No, I'm flying straight home to Atlanta from here in Vegas for the last time.
I was going to say, you don't live in Atlanta anymore.
Well, I do for 10, well, by the time you're listening to this, for about 5 more days. Emily sent me, actually, while I was speaking, she could care less about, big public speaking appearances or anything. She sent me pictures of the first moving boxes being packed.
Nice.
In the Kerr house. So I fly home to Atlanta.
Hint.
Yeah. Fly home to Atlanta. We're there for about a week, and then we get all of our stuff up to New York, and we get settled in there. And then, I don't know. I purposely kept the beginning of September light on the travel because of, getting settled into the new digs.
Yeah.
But after that, we got a little bit of work travel. Actually, going down to the Hertz rental car headquarters in Fort Myers, Florida will be my next.
You check out the AI technology while you're there, so you know how to scan cars?
I do. Shout out to the Hertz people for being willing to have these conversations with me. Not in all honesty. So we're gonna go down there. Rental cars is something that I've looked, in the day job. Just like, how do we solve for this? What is the best possible member experience for renting cars? Which I think you and I would agree has the challenges as an industry. So going to have some interesting conversations down there and figure out, how do I bring rental cars into the Bilt travel space in a way that, something I would want to use.
Right.
So some cool stuff coming up this fall, but again, let's get settled into the new digs, and that's going to be a stressful couple of weeks coming up. So actually, let's get through these next 48 hours in Vegas, actually, because I literally don't have an unscheduled minute, I think, until I get off the plane in Atlanta, where I don't have a car because we sold Emily's car. And my airport pickup guy is on vacation. The problem with trying to get a Lyft or an Uber in Atlanta airport is, one, the pickup area they have made literally a half-mile walk away from the terminal. Yeah. And it's 875 degrees right now.
And it's like downstairs underneath.
Dude, it's like so bad. Yeah. And then 2 is when the Lyft and Uber drivers get a ride and see you're going south, like 35 minutes south away from the airport.
Yeah,
they cancel it every time. So like, I honestly got to come on. We got to see what Miss Kerr and the kids get up there to pick me up. It's going to be, definitely a stressful couple of weeks coming up, but we're all very excited about it. And I'm just excited about the next 48 hours and seeing what kind of meal, Ed and I are going to get on Monday night.
You've challenged me at this point. I didn't know we were doing dinner, so now I got to rejigger the plans and figure out where we're going to eat.
Not Five Guys. Nothing against Five Guys, but no.
No, it's Vegas. We can do something. We can do something more original. Well, I still got a few more days here. Trying to stay on top of construction. I head home to take our daughter off to college, move into her apartment, and my next trip is, wait for it,
Vegas.
Yes.
Where are you even staying this week?
Resorts World.
Oh, Resorts World.
Yeah. So you want to hear the Resorts World deal this week?
Why do they have so many great deals? Are they really struggling for that bad much business?
This is insane. Well, it's a little bit further away, and so people just don't want to stay there. This is how insane the deal is. There's two expensive nights on my disgustingly long stay. If you pull out those two expensive nights, and this rate is available on weekends and weekdays because I'm here over the course of 2 weekends. Average rate for a Conrad stay, not Hilton, Conrad, $100 a night. Hold on, it gets better. Hilton Honors Diamond waives resort fee, so your net cost is $100 a night before a $75 nightly dining credit.
Holy moly.
Crockford's rate, $130 a night.
Oh my gosh, man, that is awesome. I got to get up there and stay. I want to go stay at this.
People don't stay there because it's literally 2 blocks away from everything else. And they're like, it's too far.
It's 2 blocks to walk from my room to go find food from the Bellagio. Like it's...
Well, from Bellagio, it's more than 2 blocks, to be clear. But the Venetian, it's 2 blocks.
Yeah.
But the rates are great. The hotel takes incredible care of me. We've got our friend Michael Traeger, who's in the Slack community as well, Zorkfest. He has a great contact there, and they always take excellent care of me. So I shout out to Michael. I appreciate all his help with that.
Have you come do a few cartwheels in your room, probably?
Let's just say that they're cooking up something special for when the family comes to town for the grand opening.
Nice.
So I'm pretty thankful for that. So as much as I'm back and forth through Resorts World a few times over the next few weeks, getting this new restaurant open, they just make it so easy. And there's good restaurants in the hotel. It's not hard. I mean, great food court with Asian hawker stalls, a bunch of different food choices, handful of good restaurants. So it's easy.
$75 a day. Good.
Yeah, it's funny. This is the you and I will close with this with the value junkie deal. The food court is not like any other food court I've seen in Vegas. It's restaurants that are run by the hotel. Most of them are Asian themed. And one of my places I really like there is just a rice bowl place. And so it's char grilled chicken with like a teriyaki sauce on a bed of rice.
Lots of vegetables.
No. And so I got that. I got a Coke Zero and I got a bottle of water, and it was like $35. And I'm sitting there eating it, going, "Do I go get like 4 more bottles of water just so I can get my $75?"
Yep. I would, because it's hard to find bottles of water. I had to steal that bottle of water from somebody else.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's leave it there. We got to get you cramp some food down your throat before you get to your next meeting, and maybe we actually will have dinner in a day or two. But hope everybody enjoyed this side-by-side episode, the second edition of the Bellagio podcast with my dashing co-host.
Yes, thank you very much.
Richard Kerr. He's got a long. Well, actually, no. You're not driving the stuff up. You're flying from Atlanta to New York, so there's no long moving drive.
No, I'm driving it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so he has a long drive up the way, up 95.
Oh, it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be so bad.
I know. But as bad as it's going to be, it does allow us to say that between now and when you get home to get to your new home, you've got miles to go.
Deal. Look at all this equipment you got.
Right?
We'll be fancy.
I'd be fancy. I'd be in Mr. Richard's fancy room.
Yeah, it's fancy with and I have a suit on. Yeah.